Hi guys. So lately, many people have been asking why I don't play Genshin, but instead play starrail. They would say that Genshin is better, and starrail is a turn-based game, so there's no way it would be as good as Genshin. At least most of the people reason with that. So I wanted to point out some things that just make me want to play starrail more than Genshin. Now the first point is that there's autoplay in starrail. Now, despite me not liking autoplay games, I actually like the autoplay for Star Rail. I feel like in Star Rail, since it is a turn-based game, it doesn't really remove any importance to the gameplay when farming for items. And the autoplay is only it's only helpful if you could easily beat them in the first place. So it kind of shows that it's it's not important to manually grind out the relics. It's there so that it saves you time on doing things that are minuscule. And Genshin does not have these QLL options. So that when someone is like burnt out grinding artifacts or like any of the essential materials, it, it's just like painful to do. Also, due to this auto play system, we wouldn't have to run all over the map just to collect beetles like we did in Genshin for Sinnoh's Ascension. I felt like when I was farming Ito Ascension materials, which was also the beetles, at least I think it was different type of beetles in Inazuma. I was so I was so tired like collecting the beetles because I had no idea where they are. Like yeah, I know you could pull up a map, but climbing up mountains just to pick up some beetles to upgrade the character is pretty annoying. And I'm glad you don't have to do that in Star Rail. Okay, the second point. Having more roles. I'm sure most people know that Star Rail is more generous when it comes to giving out roles than Genshin. In fact, even though I played Genshin for more than 2 years, I already have more 5 stars in Star Rail than in Genshin. Like in total of every single 5-star character in weapon combined. I feel like I have at least the same, if not even more than I do in Genshin. Even though I played double the amount of time in Genshin, more than double the amount of time, because I kind of stopped after 3.0 or I don't know 2.5 or 3.0. Now I can see people make the argument that it's a different economy because how more roles equals to less value, like how money works in real life, like how euros have more value than American dollar bills and Chinese yen. But I feel like in both games, rolling a 5-star probably has similar value. Well, I know Genshin has more because it is open world, and open world means there's more possibilities. But still, getting a 5-star in both the games is like the best feeling you could possibly feel when playing a gacha game, because that's the whole point of a gacha game. So yeah. Now I haven't been playing Genshin for a long while, so maybe they have changed the amount of roles you get. But I've asked around, like I've asked all the friends that I used to play Genshin with, and they still said it's around the same as when I last played Inazuma. Like with the events, they did have more events at least over the time. They do have more events, but it's still nowhere as much as Star Rails, because Star Rail does give at least 10 per patch, and Genshin only gives it like if it's the anniversary or the Spring Festival or Chinese New Year too. Yeah. All right. Next point. The third point is gonna be better storyline. Okay. Alright, even though the story of Star Rail isn't really the main reason why I play gacha games, I think Star Rail seems to have more of an interesting storyline. Now it's kind of biased because in Star Rail they showed, Kafka, because she is a really hot character. They showed her leaving us in the first scene, so it was like more captivating. Having a hot girl asking about your memory, having that juicy content. But in Star Rail, they have like nicer character introductions. I feel like I don't know if I'm wording this correctly, but like whenever we get like a new planet to explore, they bring in new characters. It's like I feel like they have a better transition when introducing new characters. Like in Genshin, characters come out from all areas. Like sometimes, even though you're up to Inazuma, they'll bring out more Mondstadt characters and more. I don't even know where the Chinese area is called anymore, because I always get them confused from Xianzhou, which is from the Star Rail's Chinese area. But yeah, they always bring back old area characters, which I don't really mind, but I kind of feel like Star Rail's directional release is better. It kind of helps with character hype. Like if you release a new area with the character being in the new areas, I feel like there's way more hype. I guess you can say that it gives more of a immersion to the storyline and how powerful each characters get. Because whenever you get a new character, you wish it was strong, and of course, it's from the new area. Because if you bring out an old character from the old area that's really strong, then it's like, why haven't they came out yet? That saved them, like, that type of deal. But yeah, I think these are the main three reasons: the autoplay, having more roles, and better story. These are the three main reasons why I play Star Rail over Genshin. There might be more quality of life reasons, because I know Star Rail does have a lot of QOL changes, at least earlier on than Genshin does. But yeah, just those three reasons. Now, I gotta say, I do like Genshin's core gameplay a bit more, which is the action combat, over Star Rail's turn-based combat. After all, I do like me some action games, but not having even half of the characters does dull out this factor. Because even though I've been playing Genshin for twice the amount of time, I'll only have the same or less 5 stars. And this actually makes me sad knowing that we straight up are missing gameplay because we can't even get the characters, because it's like getting characters are already hard, but not only that, the value of the character in Genshin feels like it's higher because it is the overworld usage. So you want to explore with your characters, with your new characters at least. So it's like even worse the fact that we're getting less characters in Genshin. What else do I have to say for Genshin? To fence it out. I actually do like Genshin's characters a bit more than Star Rail's, at least currently, because they seem to be a bit more flashy and unique. In comparison, let's see. The latest one that's came out in Star Rail is Aventurine, which I didn't roll for. He's pretty flashy too, but now let's compare Acheron and Raiden. Now I don't really have Genshin because I kind of don't have it installed, but as you can see, Acheron is pretty well designed, although it does look like Seele. But I think I'd rather have Raiden's design. Although Acheron does look hotter, and I usually hover over the hotter designs, but I don't know. I feel like Genshin has this looks a bit better. Cause I remember there was a Reddit post saying how Star Rail's characters all look similar with these dress designs, where it's like the neck collar and then it goes down, and then there's an empty window over here, and it's all similar. At least certain characters. Yeah, there's like a collar. Okay, not by Ludo. Shu Shang maybe? Yeah, there's like a tiny window. Like, yeah, this type of design. And I agree with those Reddit posters that say that the clothing design is a bit too simple for every single character. Like it's too similar with these. Maybe it's their fetish or something. The devs like that. I mean, it looks good, but it just happens too oftenly. But yeah, but I think there might be a reason behind this. Is because Genshin just has more characters to begin with, because it is the older game, so they do have more more areas that have different cultures or something like that. Yeah, maybe later on I'll find out. When they introduce the hackerspace world that Silver Wolf came from, because Silver Wolf actually looks pretty sick. I think these are the main reasons why I rather play Star Rail more. But yeah, it also makes me more satisfied when being able to even pull for characters. Like I saved up 120 rolls because I'm skipping Aventurine. Basically, I just have to skip every other character and I'll get like at least half the characters that come out in Star Rail. But in Genshin, I feel like I have to skip more than just every other. Or maybe I'm just unlucky, but the fact that you can't get every other character if you're unlucky, I feel like that's like a problem in itself. Like sure you could be a lucky guy and get every other character as a free to play, but that's not me. And I feel like there's other people that's also like me that are unlucky. But yeah, and it also I feel more satisfied being doing the dailies and the weeklies in Star Rail because you could auto battle them. Now, you could say that it doesn't really count as content, but if you auto battle them, but the dailies are all auto battleable. The weeklies, however, you can't just auto battle Abyss and Genshin or Star Rail. I guess you could if you have like the maxed out gear and you have Edelons, but you can't really do them as a free to play unless you just develop them really well. And sometimes I could, but yeah, it gives me way less stress, and that actually means a lot. I really don't like stress. I know when it comes to content, I think Genshin has more potential with its upcoming new events, while Star Rail will always be turn based because everything is turn based. Like even though you can say Forgotten Hall and Pure Fiction are two different things because you're fighting against many monsters for Pure Fiction, and MLC you're fighting against a group of bosses. But in the end of the day, you're still turn based using characters that just clear. But yeah, like I get that, even though I like Star Rail. But for now, I feel like Star Rail just satisfies me more because more characters, and I feel like that's really all I need in the casual game. Because both these are gacha. I believe all gacha games are within the casual category. Like even Wuthering Waves that's coming out soon is gonna be part of casual. So I I feel like people should make the argument that Wuthering Waves is gonna be more skill based because in the end it's still casual. Like I feel like all mobile games are gonna be casual. You can't say it's skill based when you don't even have a mouse and a keyboard to headshot or like have strategies like chess. Or I feel like none of these games have like these high end brain power moves. But yeah, I think that's though. Yeah, I think that's really just it for why I prefer Star Rail over Genshin. But yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble again. But if you guys have any other reasons why you prefer Genshin or Star Rail more, you could let me know if I missed out anything. But yeah, thanks.